Madison Dixon's Life in Review. While my mother was pregnant with me, she did not have any complications while I was doing the prenatal stage. She didn't have really any cravings or any sicknesses. Her only craving was ice, which shows an indication of an iron deficiency, which is caused by not getting enough nutrients. And David Barker's thought on the prenatal stage is that an infant wouldn't be getting enough nutrients. During my infancy and toddlerhood, I showed a secure attachment lifestyle. I was pretty just happy-go-lucky. I could go with anybody and do whatever. My family used to go like jeeping, and my dad could just stick me with one of his buddies in the jeep, and I was okay. I didn't have a problem with it. I could just go right along with them and have fun. I didn't cry or make a fuss, and I could go to preschool without having any complications whatsoever. My mom could just go drop me off, and I wouldn't cry, I wouldn't make a fuss. I would just go right in and go have fun. We went to Disney when I was in my early childhood, and I was called up on stage to go do Belle's like reading thing with her. And I mean, I just walked right up there. Here's a picture of me doing that, and I just walked right up there and held a little girl. I'm holding a little girl's hand in this picture, and because I think she was afraid. I remember that, and she was afraid, and so I held her hand and I just made a new friend. But during my infancy and toddlerhood, and even in my early childhood, I showed Erickson's theories on trust and mistrust, and initiative versus guilt by involving myself in activities such as going to Disney and getting up on stage. And then also during early childhood, I started soccer. I have a few pictures here of me playing soccer. And then here is like a team photo of me playing soccer. And then here's a trophy that I have from soccer. Even have a soccer ball in my trunk. But I also showed signs of like social skills. I had my gross motor skills, fine motor skills. During my early childhood, using my gross motor skills playing soccer, I was using a lot of muscles and running and jumping, kicking. I also, during my early childhood, ended up starting singing, and I really enjoyed singing, and I still sing a lot. So here is a picture of me up on stage in maybe a church choir singing, but that's me right there. And during my adolescent stage, as a student, you know, you go to school, you're learning different things about life, and then we're always asked that question of, what do you want to be when you grow up? So for me, I wanted to be a nurse. I have my telescope here. I even have some scrubs because I dressed up as that for Halloween one year. But that shows I was using like James Marcia's process of identity achievement, because I mean, any time growing up you could ask me, what do you want to be? It was always nursing. Like, it's just always what I wanted to do. I always felt I needed to help people and impact people's lives in a way, and I thought that was a really good way to do it. And during my middle childhood and my adolescent stage, I also got involved with basketball and also dancing. So got some basketball trophies here. This one is more from my adolescent stage. The other one is from my middle childhood, but this one is from 8th grade. I won the middle school athletic association, like the SSOA star athlete. And then I have some basketball pictures here. That's from 3rd grade. And then I have some, this one's from my 8th grade year. That's me right here, number 14. That was always my number in basketball. And then I also, let's see, my dancing is right here. So I have some dancing trophies. And then I have some pictures of me on stage. I'm still remaining the secure attachment where I could just get up and go and, you know, didn't cry going up on stage. I could just go up and dance. Here's me with my best friend at a dancing competition. And then here's me in my clogging uniform, which I also was using my motor skills during that. And then in my adolescent stage, I also ended up kind of going through just like some sad times in your life. Everybody has those, but it was probably one of my biggest depression stages during life. But it was the 8th grade prom. The night before prom, we got the call that my grandfather had died. So that's just always a memory. I have his shirt right here and then a picture from prom the day after. But that was just one of my points of that really got me an emotional stage, and it's just been harder since then. During my early adulthood, I kind of go through a little bit of identity diffusion where I'm trying to decide between nursing career or physical therapy career. And while in high school, I was working with the athletic trainer, and that helped me a lot with kind of pushing me towards the physical therapy side of things. And so right now I'm actually working as a physical therapist tech and applying to the PTA program, but I have my sports medicine uniform right here to show you. So there's my polo that I had to wear to every game, and my zip up jacket. And then also during early adulthood, I have started to coach soccer, where I'm also ministering to the children because we're playing for the church league. So with that, I'm having to use reflection, and I'm having to reflect like on my life with the identity diffusion and trying to just see how I want to be here in the next couple of years. I'm having to, in my middle adulthood, I'm hoping that I will be able to become a wife, a mother. I've always enjoyed working with children. I've always enjoyed kids. I have a niece who's a year old, and I have her all the time. She's my pride and joy. But here is me with my little cousin when I was younger. That is in 2011. And then also during my middle adulthood, I hope to still be teaching Sunday school because I'm currently a Sunday school teacher. So I hope to still be doing that. And in my middle adulthood, I used a BALTS model. It argues that most people have had opportunities that will help them set their goals for their life. And so I think me working with children has always been like just one of my goals with having a family, and then working in the church where I have my lessons and then my Bible to show you. And today was Easter, so we had an Easter egg hunt that we threw on for the kids. During late adulthood, I hope that I can be in a well enough state to where I will know my children, my grandchildren. I hope not to develop Alzheimer's. Dr. Alzheimer he found that development, and it's where brain cells and the connections are being degenerated and dying out, and so then your memory is being affected. And that is my reflection. I have some other things I can show you. I have my coaching board, my substitution sheet for soccer, my stopwatch, and then I also have a cross for church. Thank you.